Hello, my name is Adolfo Neto, and I'm here to record a video about OTP. Let me share my screen and create a new window. Yes, here. And I'm going to use this book called Programming Elixir version 1.6. And I'm going to go to this chapter here, OTP servers. So let me open the book here. I have bought this book. Actually, yes, I have bought the version 1.3, and then they gave me the version Programming Elixir 1.6. Let me go down books. So this is the book. In this section that I want to show you is this one. So you see, it's chapter 17. Maybe you need some background knowledge before that, but this video is going to be quite practical. So let me open the yes, and let me go here. I'm going to try to follow what Dave Thomas, the author of the book, does. So let me mix. The first thing he says is that you should create a new project called sequence and mix new sequence. So I'm creating a new project, and the name of the project is sequence. And then I go to the folder sequence and I do a mix test to see if everything is okay. And then Dave Thomas, the font here is so small. Dave Thomas says that I should create a file called server.ex, but inside a folder called sequence. So there is a folder sequence and the file server.ex. And the content of this file, maybe I'll have to open a browser here. Oops. Where's this link? Actually, I'm going to cut just part of it, but I'm going to explain. This is his code. This is not my code, right? So he's defining here a module called sequence.server that uses GenServer. When you say that you are using GenServer, you have to implement some functions. So this function initiates the GenServer, initializes the GenServer by receiving an initial number. So this is the initial state. And these functions here, these two functions, they handle call and casts. Call and cast, I like the analogy that Bruce Tate once told me. It's call is like when you call someone, and cast is like a podcast. When you are recording a podcast or a video for that matter, no one is, you're not waiting, I'm not waiting for your responses. So I'm just recording here. Maybe you'll comment below maybe you're not going to comment. So handle cast, when you cast, when you ask something from the module using cast, you don't wait a response, a reply. When you call, you wait for a reply. Just a moment. Yes. And okay, let me see what else. What else is here? So I'm reading the book here, and this is the code, Dave Thomas code. Okay, so the first thing to note is line 2, and uses GenServer. So Dave Thomas says that this line adds the outpitching server behavior to our module. So if you want a detailed explanation, you better go to Dave Thomas' book, because I just want now, what I want to do now is this. I'm going to, did I save the file? Yes, so it's saved. So now I am inside the folder, and I'm going to do a clear. I'm going to do ix -s mix. So the files were compiled, and now what Dave Thomas tell me to do is this: okay, PID equals gen server dot start link sequence dot server. Remember, this is the name of the module, sequence dot server, and it needs an initial number. So this is the first number, the number that is the state of the server when it starts. And when I see here, I'm going to use GenServer.call and the PID, and I'm going to ask for the next number. It's 100. I'm going to ask again 101. I'm going to ask again 102. So I called, I sent a message to the GenServer using call, and it returned the new, actually it returned the current state. So you see here, the reply is the current number, and the new state is current number plus 1. See? So suppose I did something like that. I'm going to reload sequence.server, and now I'm going to create, and let's see, next number, next number, next number, always plus 10, because now I'm increasing by 10 and not by 1. So this is what call does. So for me, this is a bit confusing, because here I'm using genserver.call with the process ID and with the message next number. And here I have to handle the call next number. You see here that I ignore who is calling, maybe mostly because I'm not sending a message to the caller. I'm just replying the current, I'm replying the current number and increasing the state. Okay, and the handle call, yes. Then Dave Thomas tell us that we could add a new handle call here. In this new handle call, the message is going to be set number. in this case, it doesn't matter which is the current number. So let me do the same thing again. I'm going to reload. I'm going to create a new process. I'm going to call same thing, but now I can do a set number. But see, this is not going to work. And everything broke. But I can start again. And now I can say, oh, the next number. Sorry, the next no, let me call it the next number. And the set number now is going to be a tuple. So let me say that the set number now is 10. Oh, if I do it now, the next number again, now it's going to start from 10. So this is the example. And then, so see, in all these examples, I didn't use cast yet. He gives us another example here of handle call with factors. Yes, but this is not relevant for us here. Okay, now let's deal with cast. In our case, cast increments the number by a delta. So cast is already working. If I do a cast with same thing, I'll have to do an increment number, and then let's see, it's 10. What's going to happen? Now let's see, next number, it was 15, now it's 26. Actually, it was not 15 here, it was 16. Now I incremented it by 10, and then I'm back to incrementing. Let me see if there is something else here. Yes, that's I'm here at this page, and it's the same thing here. Okay, tracing a server execution. Oh, I didn't remember that. Let me try to do it. So I'm going to close this IX here. I'm going to clear, and I'm going to call again IX minus S mix. And then I'm going to start a GenServer now with these options here, debug, trace. And when I do GenServer.call PID next number, so it says that the debugger got, no, these two messages are from the debugger. That's why they are in white here. So this process, which is the GenServer process, got a call next number from 0.160.0. Let me see. Yes. So this code here represents the IX process, I believe. And this is showing us that the GenServer process got a call next number from the IX process, and then sent 100 to the IX process, and the new state now is 101. Okay, so if I do this again, same thing. See, using the debugger, you can always see the new state, not only the value that is returned by call. You can also do this bug with statistics. Let me see. So I can do a GenServer dot call PID next number. What's going to be the difference? Do it again. Oh, and now the difference is that now I can call Erlang an Erlang function called sys.statistics PID get. So 2 arguments. I believe I could do this way. Yes. And it says it tell us what was the start time, the current time, the number of reductions, messages in, messages out. So everything that was done since then. But this is really not necessary for us right now. Okay, systrace PID true. Yes, maybe. And in this page, Dave Thomas is teaching us how to do something that is more advanced. But he didn't explain this part here, the format status. What's the format status for? Oh, that's why. It's here. State, my current state is 102 and I'm happy. So that's why he wrote the format status function. Oh, sorry. And there is an exercise. He explains the callbacks. And okay, let me go to another part that I think it's interesting. You see, I'm jumping some parts. This is a part that I think it's more interesting. So he's naming a process. The name of this process is now seq. Seq in Portuguese. Seq. So I can call, don't need the PID anymore. I can just use seq as the first argument. And I can use it for the status too. Okay, and yes, the last part, which I think it's really good, is this one. I have to just here. This code belongs to Dave Thomas, and also the code I'm going to use here, which is, let me create a new folder, v2, and the file is going to be called the difference here is that he uses an external API, and then he adds the So these are the functions that we have already seen, and these are new functions for doing start link, next number, increment number. Let me see how you can run things now. So now I'm going to call ix minus s mix. Oh, in my case, I'll have to change the, I believe I'll have to change to sequence v2 server. So let me do this sequence.v2.server start link 1, 2, 3. This is the example he uses. And then sequence.v2.server next number, next number, next number, next number. And then I can call increment number 100. And then I ask for the next number, next number, next number. So it's working as it was working before, but now instead of doing GenServer.call, blah, 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 I only use the name of the module and a function. Of course, for this to work, the name of the process is the name of the module. You see here, he's using this module variable, which contains the name of the module, and you can't change that. You can't have two different processes for doing this thing here. Okay, I believe that's it for here. The next section is about making our server into a component. And I believe this is more advanced. I don't have to fit this into this video. The next part of the book is about supervisor, but I'm not going to do this here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish. I'm going to do a git add dot git commit -m Dave Thomas in servers and git push origin main. And finally, everything here is at github.com/pensando em Elixir .pequenos projetos sequence. So I'm going to leave this link in the below on the description of the video on YouTube. Thank you very much and see you later. Bye bye.